right, 539. Yes, I have it. No, just one way. I won't be returning. Thank you.
Well, this is a recurring nightmare.
Take it up with a shrink, Liza.
Empty office, paper shredder, no forwarding address.
I didn't know you cared.
I cared a lot in New York.
The less said about New York, the better.
Who are you running from? Who am I going to have to fend off this time?
You knew I was leaving.
But not this soon. But who's closing in on you, and how fast?
You used to be so paranoid.
I'm not paranoid, Jonathan. I'm scared. I mean, what are you dealing with here? How much do they know? How long is it going to take them to get to me?
I'm no fortune teller.
I'm just asking who's going to come knocking on my door.
It won't be me.
Does Stuart even know that you were married to his niece?
Stuart's lame little inquiries don't worry me.
Jonathan, I just want to know what it is I'm dealing with.
Oh, you mean aside from your guilt? As far as I'm concerned, Stuart is clueless. And whether he stays that way is up to you.
What if he hires a detective?
Well, it's in your best interest to prevent that, isn't it?
How?
How? You're asking me, you with your gift for disposing of inconvenient people?
You know, I'm just sick of this. I'm sick of it. The stress is making me sick.
Well, shall I prescribe something?
Jonathan, please, if you cared about me, if you ever cared about me, when you leave, don't call me. Don't visit me with these surprise visits. Don't bribe me for any more money.
Liza, you will never hear from me again.
Thank you.
I can remember when you would have been heartbroken.
So can I.
Jonathan, darling, how could you do this to me? Jonathan, why didn't you call me?
Marion, I was going to.
No, why didn't you call me first? Oh, never mind. I suppose you made a deal with the Bayard brothers. Look, break that deal, and I'll get you a better deal.
No, I'm not in the market for real estate
Jonathan, I brought you a dozen new clients, and you went to another real estate office?
Marion, I'm leaving.
Yes, I can see that.
I'm shutting the office. I'm closing down here.
Well, business can't be that bad.
It's a personal decision.
Oh, darling, there are a lot of cheaper offices. I mean, why don't I find you something equally as nice but cheaper?
He's pulling up stakes.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Pine Valley isn't working for me.
I thought it was.
I need a fresh start.
Just like that.
I've been thinking about this for quite some time now.
Did you factor me into that decision?
It was a tough call.
I see. Obviously you didn't.
Marion, we had a wonderful time.
You had a wonderful time? That's all it was? Jonathan, did I miss something here? Have you met somebody else?
Dear God, don't do this.
Why is my daughter here?
Groveling does not become you.
Why is Liza here? I'm not.
Don't leave on my
I have
account,
to talk
please.
to you.
I have an errand.
I'll go with you.
I really don't have
Look,
the
you
time.
owe me the courtesy of a private goodbye, all right?
Oh, Marion, this isn't goodbye. We will see each other.
When?
Well, Paris is absolutely magnificent in the fall.
You are moving to Paris?
Something has come up, a research project, and it's an opportunity I cannot pass up.
Well, why didn't you tell me something about it?
It came up very suddenly.
How am I going to reach you?
Marion, I will call you as soon as I'm settled.
You promise?
I promise. Once while.
I wouldn't sit by the phone.
All right, Liza. What do you know that I don't? Tell me.
Jonathan is a cold-blooded opportunist. You should have
Oh,
never...
so now it's Jonathan? Suddenly you two have become intimates? Liza, what did you tell him about me?
I didn't tell him anything. I don't discuss you. I don't think of you. You don't exist.
Well, then why did he tell you and not me?
I was here 2 minutes ago.
Oh, you just happened to drop by to see him off.
Yes, I was researching a segment for The Cutting Edge.
Featuring a doctor you consider a quack?
I needed names.
You were doing a whole panel of...
I'm not going to discuss this with you.
Yes, you are. I'm going to follow you all the way back to the studio, and I'm going to complain all the way back to the studio.
You are going to leave me alone.
No, I'm not, until you tell me the truth.
You want to know the truth? You are a desperate fool who can't tell the difference between a spinal massage and a declaration.
Liza? Are you having another pain?
It's stress. It's just stress.
Stress doesn't make you double over.
What do you know? What, this guy with the magic hands, he's the one who tells you this information?
It's all perfectly clear you got sick on the way to the studio, and then you came here.
Yeah, I needed an Erica King special.
Darling, why don't you sit down?
No, just leave me alone.
But you can't drive
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll be fine when I get away from you. What are you doing?
I'm going to call an ambulance.
You are not.
Just hang up.
I have a meeting.
Yes, in the emergency room. Now, you listen to me, young lady. When you have a pain, that means something's wrong. And if you're not going to take care of yourself, I am.
I have an appointment with Dr. Clater. Are you happy?
Why aren't you seeing an internist?
Just back off.
No, I'm sorry, darling. I'm not going to back off. Not until I know what's wrong. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Liza is pregnant.
Marion, what on earth are you doing?
Liza! What is it? What's wrong?
Well, doctors just have no consideration for their patients. I have them waiting out there for an hour.
Dr. Clater usually is very conscientious about his appointments.
Yes. Anyway, I've got a closing to make in 15 minutes.
Why are you in here?
Oh, well, I was going to leave a note to reschedule.
You couldn't find a pencil outside?
I was composing what I was going to write.
That looks like a patient file.
Does it?
Is it yours?
No, it's Liza's.
So you've been reading confidential files?
Oh, please, cut the holier-than-thou act, Ruth. It's really unattractive.
You have no business in here.
Liza is my business, and I'm very worried about her.
Liza is entitled to her privacy.
Yes, well, at least I now know why she's in so much pain.
Liza's sick?
Oh, as if you care. I'm sure you're still blaming her for Dixie leaving Pine Valley.
Liza is a victim of circumstance.
Oh, well. We just can't all wrap ourselves in the flag and bake hot apple pies all day, you know, darling? You'll probably be thrilled to hear that Liza has completely shut me out of her life.
Oh, given all that you've done, that seems to be a healthy, normal reaction.
But I can't stop loving my little girl. I mean, I can't just blithely sail through my life ignoring this.
Liza is a big girl, and whatever it is, she'll handle it.
You know, everybody in this town thinks that nothing can penetrate that hard, cold shell that Liza's built around her heart. Well, let me tell you something, Ruth. Liza can be lied to, she can be used, and she can be hurt.
Unfortunately, you've proven that yourself.
Drop the one-upmanship, okay? Well, you are so smug. I mean, why don't you take some responsibility for the way your son's been raised? Oh, Ted always bounces back. How many hearts have been broken? How many women's lives have been ruined?
Really, Marion, that is such an old song.
Oh, really, Ruth? Well, your irresponsible excuse for a son has just written a whole brand new verse. He has gotten my daughter pregnant.
Just take it slow, okay?
And he's slower, and I'd be going backwards.
Okay, just have a seat here. Where's your director?
What for?
What do you think what for? For a doctor. They usually come in handy when you're
I
doubled
don't
over.
need a doctor. I'm fine.
Just humor me. Let's call one anyway, all right?
No, it's Marissa Bergstrom's fault.
Marissa Bergstrom, you mean the exercise guru?
Yes, I turned on the television the other day. She was exercising her way to a perfect body.
Don't tell me you turned into an instant convert.
Yes, I went to the health club. I did the power cruncher. You know, 9 steps to a beautiful you.
Pull down on the ab stretcher and snap. Something went.
Yeah, your common sense.
Well, I couldn't straighten up. It's been that way ever since.
I don't know, you weren't doing the Quasimodo earlier.
I was trying to merge stress and pain management. It's my new passion.
Are you sure that's all it is?
What, you want more?
No, it's just that, you know, when I walked in, it didn't seem like it was something muscular, that's all.
Are you attending pre-med on your spare
It
time?
doesn't take a genius to figure out when somebody's in pain. As a matter of fact, when you're a parent, it kind of goes with the lunch. It also doesn't hurt to check.
No. I'm fine. I'll take a couple aspirin.
Okay, terrific. You take a couple aspirin. I'll call my dad at the hospital, see if he can squeeze you in. It'll take 5 minutes.
I am fine, okay? We're way behind on the school violence series. You take care of that, and I'm on my way to editing.
Liza told you she was pregnant?
No, she has too much pride.
So you sneak into her doctor's office and go through
Oh,
her...
can we cut all the bureaucratic nonsense and just talk mother to mother?
All right, Marion. It is none of your business.
Are you denying that this is Tad's baby?
I don't even know if there is a baby.
Oh, really? I can see where Tad's learned how to duck all his responsibilities.
What you've learned in this office is confidential.
Oh, and I'm sure you're going to keep it a big, fat secret, aren't you, Ruth?
If Liza is pregnant and if Tad is the father, they will deal with it themselves.
Just like Tad has dealt with every woman he's cast aside.
Stay out of it, Marion.
I'm all that Liza has.
Poor Liza.
Yes, poor Liza. Because your son is still running wild, taking whatever he wants. Tad's not going to love Liza or this baby because he's incapable of love. Women mean nothing to him. So I am going to take care of this situation.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to protect my daughter from that womanizer.
Marion, don't.
Tad's not going to wink his sexy bedroom eyes and walk away from this one unscathed. Oh, no.
I'll be right with you, Marion. Hi, I'm sorry. I was with a patient.
Oh, I thought you'd closed up shop.
A favor for a friend. Shoulder dislocation.
Oh, ouch.
Well, you know, actually, I am really behind, and I need to get to the airport.
Look, I'm sorry that I dropped by unannounced, but I have nowhere else to turn. Darling, disaster has really struck. I'm trying to find Liza.
Well, she's not in her office?
No, I've tried there.
Well, maybe she took the afternoon off.
Oh, my Liza? I've been trying to convince myself that this is nothing, but, may I impose on those broad shoulders one last time?
Well, of course.
Jonathan, did Liza confide in you when she was here the other day? I'm hoping that she may have told you something.
Well, told me what? She's not ill.
No, she's suffering from terminal bad judgment. Oh, I don't know how to put this delicately. Liza is in the family way.
Liza Colby's office.
May I speak to Miss Colby, please?
No, I'm sorry. She's not right here. Could I take a message?
This is Dr. Clater's office. Please tell her that if she still wants to move up her appointment or if her symptoms persist, she can call Dr. Clater at 555-6861. He'll be picking up his messages.
Okay. Thank you very much. Listen, is that Dr. Clater, the OBGYN?
That's right.
Huh. Well, listen, I'll make sure she gets the message. Thank you. Why would Liza call an
You didn't know?
Oh, I'm as shocked as you are.
Yes, well, you can imagine how I feel. This is going to make me a grandmother. I can't even say that word.
Oh, Mary, now please, whatever comes of this, Liza will be fine, and you will be fine. And you know, I'm so sorry, but I need to get back to this patient.
Oh, yes, of course you do, darling. Well, I'm going to miss you terribly. You're leaving. Doesn't have anything to do with us, does it?
Oh, Marion, how could you even think that? My time with you was my most fondest in Pine Valley.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so nice. Well, CIAO, darling. Till we meet again.
CIAO. Kinder? Hi, it's Stuart Chandler. Are you here? Damn. Stuart, hi. Hi, I brought you a directory of New York galleries. I thought maybe it'd jog your memory about the painting. The painting? Oh, right. Well, Stuart, I'm really short of time right now.
Sky always called it Pine Valley.
Did she? Yeah. Well, you know, I'm leaving for Europe.
She really loved that painting. She had to have been in real trouble to sell it.
You know, I'll hold on to this book. And as soon as I'm resettled, I'll go through it and I'll try to come up with the name of the gallery.
You will?
Yes, of course. And in fact, I'll go through my records. Maybe I have a receipt of the purchase.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Kinder. I'll do anything to find Sky.
Of course.
What was that? Do you have somebody in there?
The irony of your pregnant pause isn't lost. It's merely tasteless.
You are unbelievable.
Liza is with child.
Go away, Marion.
Tad, how can you be so heartless? I am telling you my daughter is pregnant.
No, you're nuts. And I don't want any part of it. The first sign of a true sociopath is somebody who believes her own lies.
I am not crazy.
Well, then why do you do it? Huh? Why do you insist on making everybody around you miserable? Because you're lonely or bored? What is it? Why don't you give your daughter a major break and get some help? I got work to do.
All right, Tad. Dismiss me. But you can't dismiss Liza's symptoms. Ah. So I see you've noticed. Liza's tired.
Why not? She works long hours.
She's moody.
She's temperamental.
Has frequent bouts of nausea and abdominal pain.
Well, maybe there's a nasty flu going around.
No, Liza does not get flu, Tad. By the way, where is she?
I told you. She went home.
What, to see if the little stick turns blue?
I don't know whether you've noticed or not, but your daughter is on a one-way ride up the corporate ladder. She's into ratings, not rugrats. She's not the kind of woman that would trade in a brilliant career for kindergarten carpools.
Accidents happen, Tad.
Not where Liza's concerned. If you knew your daughter better, you'd realize she's much too busy to ever let anything personal interfere.
I seem to recall that my daughter took out time from her busy schedule recently to have a little romantic fling. Co-workers co-mingling can conceive more than a 40 share.
My point is, she doesn't leave things to chance. We're talking about a woman that schedules time to floss after lunch. She's got a 5-year plan broken down into 5-minute increments. And I'll bet you cash money that nowhere does it state cancel all appointments to have a baby. She's the youngest station manager this place has ever had. I can't think of one logical reason she'd want to put that on hold.
Logic has been known to fly in the face of lust, Tad.
Do you honestly think I knocked up your daughter?
Vulgar, but succinct.
That's impossible.
No, darling, biologically, it is quite possible.
That I could be the father. We made love months ago.
Well, I wore a size 6 Rudolpho suit all the way through my second trimester. Like mother, like daughter?
There are a couple of other clues, Marianne. Look, if Liza is pregnant, and that's a big if, why wouldn't she just tell me?
Maybe she's afraid.
Afraid? Of what? Of me?
Only Liza can answer that. You know, Tad, time's really fascinating, isn't it? A few months ago, marriage would have been quite out of the question. But of course, right now, you are free. Totally. So what are you going to do about this situation, Tad? Please do tell me. You'll have to take responsibility for your child sooner or later, Tad.
There is no child.
Really? And I suppose Liza doesn't exist either.
I'm not going to let you do this, okay? I'm not going to let you walk in here and drop another psychological time bomb and then kick back while the rest of the world runs riot. So I tell you what you do, Marion. You take this hysterical pregnancy and you're meddling and you get the hell out of here.
Do you dare presume that I am enjoying this? Do you think I relish the thought of your child? Another little Tad Martin to be continued? Feeding and growing inside of my daughter? I mean, this is really the ultimate irony, isn't it? The womb is a dump site. You sucked the life out of my daughter, and then you left her broken and wasted. But you'll have your little child as a grim reminder? Daddy's gone, but he's left you a little something to remember him by? Well, I just wish to God it was my imagination, Tad. Get on my ways.
Take it slow, okay?
Any slower, and I'd be going backwards.
Okay, just have a seat here. Where's your director?
What for?
I think what for? For a doctor. They usually come in handy when you're
I
doubled
don't
over.
need a doctor. I'm fine.
Just humor me. Let's call one anyway. Iris, it's Tad. Did Liza say she was coming back to work? Good. No. No, I'll wait. Ah, you're back.
I work here.
Well, Rudy said that you'd gone home.
Yeah, there's nothing on TV. Bye-bye.
Feeling better?
Yeah, I'm in the pink. I'll see you in the morning.
Before you go, you mind if I ask you a question? Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant? Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant?
Is this some sort of trick question? Like, when did you stop beating your wife?
No tricks.
What brought this on? Am I putting on weight?
Liza, are you pregnant?
Are you trying to pay me back for catching you with your pants down, so to speak?
No. But now that you mention it, your excuse for being at the hospital was a little thin.
It wasn't an excuse. It was an explanation. It was the truth. Now, look. I've had a really long and very stressful day. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to go home. I'm going to leave you to these really strange mind games of your own, okay?
I'm not playing the game here. You are.
I'll see you.
What I can't figure out is what's the prize? I mean, what are you after this time?
What do you think the prize could be?
Oh, let's just stay cool.
What,
all right?
stay cool? Is it cool for you to demand to know if I'm pregnant? To accuse me of some sick mind game?
I just want you to answer the question.
What, you afraid it's you? That you're the prize? I'm going to announce on the air that I'm in the family way. I'm going to hit you up for money or some sort of a shotgun wedding.
Liza, I'm sorry, okay? I apologize for being less than diplomatic. But, hey, ever since your mother told me you were pregnant and announced that I was the father, I've been doing time running around in circles, you know.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. My mother told you I'm pregnant?
Yeah, why shouldn't she? I mean, you obviously weren't going to. I mean, thank God, if it weren't for Marion, I'd probably still getting stories about stress and too many sit-ups.
You would trust my mother on what day of the week it is, much less something like this.
Well, ordinarily I wouldn't, but as soon as she said it, I knew it must be true. And it's not just the pain. I mean, come on, Liza, you think I haven't noticed that you're not yourself now for weeks?
Wait a second, you've been monitoring my behavior? I haven't been myself. I hate to think what myself is. What that
For
encompasses
one
is much
thing,
less.
you're a lot less direct. I mean, used to be I could ask you a simple question and get a simple answer.
Okay, fine. A simple answer. That's what you want? Am I pregnant? No. Is that direct enough for you?
If you were, would you tell me?
No offense, but why would I? Liza Colby.
Liza, it's Gloria. Are you feeling any better?
This wouldn't be a good time to discuss that.
Well, it's just that I received a message from Dr. Clater's appointment secretary saying that you needed to see someone right away. As you know, he's away.
Yeah, that's fine. I can wait.
Given the symptoms that you've described to me, I really think you should see a doctor right away.
This is private, and it's going to be a long phone call. So I'll tell you what. Why don't you call my mother later? I'm sure she'll have a transcript. Gloria, I'm back.
Look, why don't I set you up an appointment with Dr. Bailey? She's covering.
Look, I don't know that I want to see Dr. Clater or anybody that he's associated with.
But they're both wonderful doctors.
Does Dr. Clater, does he speculate on patients' conditions and tell family members?
Of course not. Where would you get an idea like that?
Forget it. She probably broke into his office computer.
Liza, what are you talking about?
Nothing. Nothing. Listen, you know my symptoms, Gloria. I mean, what do you think this could be?
I'm not a doctor.
I'm not asking you to take my appendix out, Gloria. I'm just saying, could you make an educated guess? It's important.
Have you been sexually active?
That's a concept.
I take it that's a no?
I've been with one guy, like, once, 4 months ago, 5. I'm not even sure.
If you've been taking your pills religiously, then you're pretty much out of the woods, pregnancy-wise, which means we're back to square one with your symptoms.
Well, I wasn't religious.
I'm sorry?
The pills, with work and, just traveling, I would forget one, or any time I did that, I'd always double up on the dose, but I mean, Gloria, wouldn't I be showing? I mean, after all that time?
Not necessarily. I mean, some women show the morning after, and other women, well, it's different in each case. Liza, hello, Liza.
I'm here.
Look, do yourself a favor. Get yourself to a doctor now. Given the symptoms that you've described to me, plus the fact that you've been missing your pills.
Yeah. Thanks.
Light go out on the extensions. You mind if we start this again?
Look, Liza, I didn't mean to upset you, honest. I just wanted to know whether or not it was true.
Well, if you heard it from Marion Colby, it must be gospel.
What's the big deal? It's just a simple question. Look, I'm not here to judge you.
That's a relief. Yeah. It's possible. You know that I could be... I can't even say it. Pregnant.
I thought so.
So, you developed these special diagnostic powers at the Martin House, or has this been a recurring problem in your career as a lying snake? That was uncalled for, I'm sorry.
No problem.
So, why are you here? Are you going to throw me a shower, make an honest woman of me?
The only thing I intend to do is keep my mouth shut.
Mother's probably already got a billboard going up about it.
Look, I don't know what you plan to do about this, and it's certainly not my place to ask, but I hope you're taking care of yourself. Because these pains you're having, I don't know if that's normal.
Well, I thank you for your concern.
I do have to ask you for one favor, though.
By all means.
Call off your mother. Okay, before she starts sending out birth announcements naming me as the father. You know, I mean, Jamie's already been through enough. Something like this at
It's
school.
awkward. No, I know. I understand.
It's ridiculous. If she wasn't better at math, she'd know there's no way in the world it could possibly be mine. I mean, when has something as simple as math stood in your mother's way before?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Do you mind if I ask who the father is?
Excuse me?
I mean, don't take it the wrong way. It's just that I want to make sure that you don't go through this alone. You know, that you... It's not Kinder, is it?
You think...
Well, I mean, don't get bent out of shape. I mean, it's not such an illogical question. Every time I see the two of you together, you're always getting bent out of shape. And...
Go away.
Well, I know I'm sticking my nose in your business, but I just think that you should have a friend.
I don't want your friendship. I don't want your advice. I don't want anything from you, okay?
Liza.
No, please go. And I promise that nobody will, I mean, if, and this is a really huge if, I am pregnant, I will make sure that everyone knows that you had absolutely nothing to do with it. All right?
I'm sorry. Really, I mean, this is not the way I wanted it to go.
Liza, what are you doing all alone here, sitting in the dark?
Waiting for you. I knew you'd be along.
Well, of course. I'm your mother. It's my job to be here when you need me.
My mother, guarding the gates of hell, skipping through the flames to get a body count.
Liza, I'm going to ignore that remark. It's just the pain talking.
No, that's me talking. Telling you exactly how it is.
Strike out at me if you must. But I know how lost and betrayed and alone and frightened you must be feeling right now.
So all in all, it's been a pretty good day for you.
Oh, no, Liza, my heart has just been aching for you. Ever since I heard about your situation.
Did your heart start to ache before or after you took personal, private, unconfirmed information and started peddling it around town?